Think about watching a timeline where every clip is barely a second long. The cuts happen so rapidly that trying to absorb the story feels like staring at a strobe light. You will see fact after fact, leaving you disoriented and anxious. Compare that to a sequence that breathes, a timeline where a single shot holds for 5, 6, or 7 seconds. The anxiety drops, you sink into the environment, and the pacing actually invites you to participate in the scene. There's a common trap when you're first learning to edit narrative. To ensure the audience doesn't click away, the instinct is to dump every interesting fact about the character right at the start. You tell them who he is, what he did, and where he lives, all in the first 20 seconds. We are going to take a rushed, overloaded documentary intro, strip it entirely down to a blank canvas, and rebuild it from scratch. Step by step, we will design a layered sequence built entirely around creating intrigue. We'll be looking at how the weight of a sequence is built through the information we choose to keep back. The goal is to see how long we can sustain the viewer's curiosity by being selective with our revelations. This image shows our subject's background. Dave spent over 20 years as a Royal Marine Commando, adapting to a highly regimented, intense military environment. Here is a photograph of where he is now. He lives completely off the grid on the south coast of England. He went from a life surrounded by a military unit to absolute quiet isolation on a cliffside. When you try to establish that kind of heavy contrast using 1 to 2 second clips, the story loses its impact. The pacing mimics a high-energy vlog. Facts hit the screen so quickly that the viewer never feels the weight of his transition. First, highlight that chaotic cluster on the timeline and clear it out completely. We need a blank canvas. From here, we lay down a new visual foundation, alternating wide establishing shots of the beach with extreme close-ups. The exact metric we are aiming for here is duration. Instead of 2 seconds, each of these foundational shots needs to hold on screen for 4 to 7 seconds. When you physically extend a clip on the timeline, you change how the viewer interacts with it. They stop waiting for you to hand them the next piece of dialogue and start scanning the frame, actively searching the environment. Step 2 is building the audio. Before we introduce a spoken word, we have to establish the physical atmosphere of the cliffside. We achieve this through chronological layering. First, we drop in a steady bed of ocean waves to set the baseline. Once that's established, we layer specific textures over the top, like the call of a seagull. Look at this diagram of the audio track waveforms. To prevent the ambient noise from jarring the viewer, drag out long, slow fades at the start of these clips. This creates a gentle ramp that eases the listener into the scene. With the environment set, review the interview footage. You must aggressively cut out any sound bites where he states his name, his resume, or his address. What you are looking for instead is poetic dialogue. Find the takes where he talks about being drawn to the water. We want emotional statements that hint at his need for a sanctuary. When you place these poetic lines onto the timeline, resist the urge to snap them right next to each other. Leave physical gaps of empty space between his sentences. This mimics natural contemplation. If you need to manufacture a pause, zoom tightly on the split audio clip. Bridge the two waveforms by applying a tiny cross dissolve right at the cut point to clean up the audio. Layering these distinct environmental tracks builds an atmosphere that pulls the viewer into the scene. It ensures that when a new detail finally appears on screen, they are already emotionally tuned into the location. Now we introduce the score. A pleasant acoustic track won't work here. We need a piece of music built on mysterious, emotional chord structures that complement his isolation. This visual illustrates our mixing technique. We use audio keyframes to drastically lower the volume of the music track right before his dialogue starts, and then smoothly raise it back up the moment he finishes speaking. With our pacing and audio locked, we are ready for the sequence's main payoff. This is the moment we use the wide shot showing his makeshift tent pitched on the edge of the cliff. Here is the strict rule for this reveal. The shot of the tent must appear on screen first. You let the audience look at it and process it for several seconds in silence. Only then do you bring in the dialogue where he confirms that this is his residence. When the viewer identifies the living situation on their own before the dialogue confirms it, they are discovering the character's world alongside the filmmaker. Instead of being lectured, They are finding the story in real time. Step back and look at the cumulative impact of our new 45-second sequence. We've established a mood, a character, and a setting without ever rushing the delivery. Compare this deliberate experience to the original edit. In that first version, we hammered the viewer with 25 straight seconds of unfiltered facts that left no room for emotion. The new sequence works because we expanded our visual pacing. We invested the time to layer the ambient audio, and we practiced strict discipline in delaying key information. Knowing when to pull back on a piece of information is what separates a sequence of clips from a professional narrative. It's the difference between showing everything at once and knowing how to time a sequence so the audience stays curious until the very last frame. To continue expanding your professional cutting room vocabulary, check out this periodic table of editing terminology. It breaks down the exact concepts used by high-end editors every day.